The Spanish-American War of 1898 was a pivotal conflict that thrust the United States onto the global stage and marked a turning point in its foreign policy. Several key events unfolded during this short but impactful war, shaping the destiny of nations and sparking debates about imperialism and America's role in world affairs. This video is split into 5 parts. First, I will talk about the USS Maine explosion. Then I will go into the declaration of war and the beginnings of the war. Then the Battle of Manila Bay. Then the Rough Riders and the Battle of San Juan Hill. And then the Treaty of Paris. The spark that ignited the Spanish-American War was the mysterious explosion of the USS Maine in Havana Harbor on February 15, 1898. While the exact cause remains disputed, sensationalized newspaper headlines fueled anti-Spanish sentiments in the United States. The rallying cry was, "Remember the Maine, to hell with Spain." This echoed across the nation and prompted calls for war, setting the stage for a military conflict. After the explosion of the Maine, the United States declared war on Spain. As tensions escalated, the United States officially declared war on Spain on April 25, 1898. The declaration was prompted not only by the USS Maine incident, but also by a broader desire to liberate Cuba from Spanish rule. The war marked the first time the United States engaged in a conflict beyond its continental borders, signaling a shift from regional concerns to global interests. The Battle of Manila Bay was a significant naval engagement that occurred on May 1, 1898, when Commodore George Dewey led the U.S. Asiatic Squadron to victory in the Battle of Manila Bay in the Philippines. The decisive U.S. naval victory effectively destroyed the Spanish fleet in the Pacific, establishing the United States as a formidable naval power and laying the foundation for future territorial acquisitions in the Pacific region. An important event in the Spanish-American War was the Rough Riders and the Battle of San Juan Hill. On land, the U.S. military, including Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders, played a crucial role in the Battle of San Juan Hill in Cuba. The American forces, alongside Cuban insurgents, faced Spanish troops in a series of intense skirmishes. The eventual U.S. victory in this battle highlighted the bravery of American soldiers and contributed to the overall success of the U.S. military campaign in Cuba. I'm going to go into a little more detail on the heroics of the Rough Riders in the Battle of San Juan Hill. On July 22, 1898, the USS forces, led by General William Shafter, commenced the siege of Santiago in Cuba. The city, a strategic Spanish stronghold, was the focal point for American military efforts in Cuba. On July 1, 1898, the assault on San Juan Heights begins. American forces, including Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders, engaged Spanish troops in the assault on San Juan Heights. The battle involved intense fighting as U.S. troops faced formidable Spanish defenses on the hills, including San Juan Hill and Kettle Hill. Then, the Rough Riders, along with African American and regular Army units, executed a courageous charge up San Juan Hill. Led by Theodore Roosevelt himself and Colonel Leonard Wood, the Rough Riders faced heavy enemy fire but successfully captured the hill, and this was a turning point in the battle. Facing defeat and cut off from reinforcements, the Spanish forces in Santiago surrendered to U.S. General Toral, the Spanish commander, signed an armistice, marking the end of the Battle of Santiago and ultimately the Spanish-American War. The Spanish-American War ended with the Treaty of Paris. The war concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Paris on December 10, 1898. The treaty officially ended the hostilities between the United States and Spain and established the terms for a post-war settlement. As a result, Spain ceded control of territories including Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines to the United States. The acquisition of these territories marked the beginning of America's emergence as a global imperial power. In conclusion, the Spanish-American War, with its key events ranging from the USS Maine explosion to the Treaty of Paris, reshaped the geopolitical landscape and had far-reaching consequences for both the United States and Spain.